Hello and welcome to your Tarot and Oracle card reading for the month of July 2020. For this reading, I will be pulling cards from the Dream Cards, the Fairies Oracle card deck by Doreen Virtue, the Lovers Oracle deck, the Medicine cards, the Lenormand, the Goddess Guidance Oracle, the Tarot Illuminati, and finally I will be drawing cards from the Karma cards, which is an astrology themed deck for your astrology chart reading there at the end. So for those of you who don't know me, I thought I would just take a second to introduce myself. My name is Ashley, and I'm a professional psychic in the Los Angeles area. I do tarot card readings, I do dream interpretation, and Vedic astrology. If you would like to check out my new astrology channel, it's SunGoddess Astrology, and there I'll be posting videos on the planets and transits and just informative topics. So I'll leave a link to that in the description box below, along with my website if you'd like to get a hold of me. I hope you enjoy this video. So let's go ahead and get started with your July readings. Okay, so here's what we've got for the 4 piles. I've done sort of like an earth, air, fire, water theme with the 4 colors that I chose for the umbrellas. So pile 1 will be the green pile, pile 2 will be the yellow pile, pile 3 will be the red pile, and pile 4 will be the blue pile, in that order. So we've got 1, 2, 3, and 4. So go ahead and take a minute to choose your pile, the one that you feel most drawn to. Try and tap into the energy if you can, or how the energy feels for each one of them. You can pause the video if you like, take a deep breath. Okay, so if you chose pile 1, this is what we've got. So let's take a look. We have armadillo. We have book. The 6 of Pentacles, the 8 of Autumn, which actually translates to the 8 of Pentacles. We have Pele, Divine Passion. We have Reassured. And we have this card that says, Look inside yourself. Okay, so let's start with this and we'll work our way back. So look inside yourself, examine what is causing you to feel this way. So this is a message about really digging and going beneath the surface, and instead of just accepting the feeling of, oh, okay, I feel sad or I feel anxious or I feel happy, it's like, let's take a look at the layers underneath that that's causing that. What is the root there? And that may give you some sort of information or healing. What I really do see with this message, just sort of naturally kind of gravitating to the next card, would be the book, because the book always talks about things that are revealed, information that's given to you. Okay, so this information that's revealed to you may cause you to feel a certain way, okay? Or it can be that you end up learning more about yourself and more about your feelings this month. And let's go ahead and read what it says here. So it says, the unopened book weaves stories concealed. When pages are read, the truth is revealed. The book guards tales of inner emotion. Blessed are the worlds of deep devotion. Blessed are the words of deep devotion. Okay, so it definitely does talk about truth being revealed, and as far as like guarding inner emotion, okay, and this is about the feelings that I was seeing here and how they tie into each other, and words and the way that you express yourself, the way you communicate. Now, I do know that in July, actually the sort of mid-June up until mid-July, we do have the Mercury retrograde, and that makes me think of words, communication. And when you get the book here, it does talk about information or things kind of being revealed to you or messages coming in. And I know that with Mercury retrograde, it's stronger, so there's definitely going to be some sort of news, messages, words there that is related to your feelings, and it gives you information. Okay, so let's look at this card. It says Reassured. This is such a nice picture. It's a very reassuring picture. Okay, so it says, my confidence has been restored, my anxiety diminished. I will not anticipate a negative future. Okay, I love this reassurance. You know, your confidence is coming back. Any anxieties, any self-doubts, any doubts, any feelings of maybe inadequacy or, you know, suspicion, whatever that is, it looks like you'll have the information you need. It looks like whatever comes out, like it looks like words can be very healing as well. I like this restoration. Okay, so you either hear what you need. I feel like you do end up hearing what you need to in the month of July to kind of ease yourself and give you reassurance that maybe this other person, for example, is thinking the way that you think or is feeling the way that you feel, that you're on the same page, literally, like the book being on the same page. I like that. So, okay, then we've got Pele, divine passion. Be honest with yourself. What is your heart's true desire? Okay. So obviously passion, there can be sort of this explosion of emotions or a release, right? If there's something that's been brewing or sort of stirring beneath the surface, it all kind of comes out. And I feel like, again, everything is kind of tying back into examine what's causing you to feel this way on a deeper level, going beneath the surface. There's a lot going on, and I think it finds an outlet. So if there's any feelings or anything that's been sort of stuffed or shoved or pushed underneath the surface or pushed down, it looks like it will come out. And I feel like it's going to be really good. I feel like this is what you've been needing. Okay. So let's go ahead and look at the tarot here. We have the Six of Pentacles, which talks about sharing. So this can be sharing information, sharing feelings, sharing time, sharing resources, whatever that is. There's a give and take, and there's a generosity. Then it's equal, it's balanced. You see 3 pentacles on one side, 3 pentacles on the other. Okay, and they both have their hands out and they're willing and ready to receive. Now, if this is in a relationship, it's like ready to receive what the other person is sharing, vice versa. So it's mutual. Okay. If it has to do with work, it just looks like you will be getting the help that you need this month. It actually looks like a very good month for you, group 1. So let's look at the 8 of Autumn. This does have to do with work. Okay. So it says, do more research before proceeding. Okay. Here we've got the book again. I'm looking for a book. Is there a book in here? Yeah, it looks like there is book images here. Looks like this grandmother is reading a story or something like that to this little girl. She might have a book here in her hand. Anyway, it says education in the form of seminars, going back to school, apprenticeships, okay, craftsmanship, and long-term projects. Okay, so some of you may be studying this month. That may be, you know, studies, information. That's the thing that I'm also seeing here. So it looks like you're building upon your skills, whatever you're doing this month that really helps you. And then we've got armadillo, and it does look like there are layers to this. It actually kind of looks like layers of a page if you were to, or a book, if you were to thumb through a book and you see all like the pages there. I think this has to do with boundaries, but let me go ahead and take a look. Okay, yes, so this has to do with boundaries, and just kind of quickly glancing here at the book, it says, armadillo, armor all my boundaries, teach me my shields, reflect all the hurt so I will not yield. So this really talks about, you know, wearing your armor, having this protective boundary, right? It's about safety, right? And there's something about having this ability as the armadillo. It kind of rolls itself into a ball so that nothing can really get into it. Nothing affects it. So harmful words and intentions can just roll off. Again, there's something about communication and words and things being revealed to you. And I think that you will be having this reassurance as well from someone that you love or that you care about. So, you know, I think that it's important to maintain boundaries, and appropriately in certain cases. So it's like, you know, you use them when you need to, not all the time. But I think it's also asking you, are you honoring the time that you need for your personal enjoyment? You know, are you letting other people treat you like a doormat? Hopefully not. But, you know, is there something that you end up getting upset about, or if you feel like you're taken for granted, especially if you feel like you're giving and giving a lot and you're not getting back? Okay, so that can be some of the themes that we see with the armadillo card. But I actually do feel like this month it's going to be like equal sharing, and I feel like something's going to light you up, and you're going to have like this passion for something or someone, and also passion maybe for what you're studying too. So there could be that. I don't know what I was just feeling like I wanted to kind of roll some dice and just get some numbers here. Let's see, maybe we can relate it to the dates. So we've got the number 6, so maybe July 6th or July 4th or July 2nd, or maybe even the 12th if you double the 6s. Anyway, we've got the number 6 here. So you may be attracted or seeing 6. But by the way, the 6th card here is the 6 of Pentacles. So it does talk about sharing, giving, and receiving. So I feel like this is just really affirming that this is the theme card of your month. The 6 of Pentacles is for you, group 1 for July. Okay, so let's go ahead and draw some astrology cards. Okay, so I'm going to stick with the green color here, the green theme, and I'm just going to go ahead and just shuffle these on camera. This part I didn't actually do ahead of time. I feel like it's this one. So let's look at the sign that's coming up for you, Libra. Okay. And you may or may not be a Libra, you may or may not be dealing with Libra people, but Libra in general has to do with the scales, right? So give and take, just like we saw in that 6 of Pentacles card. Let me show you here again. So it's about weighing things, making things fair, right? One for you, one for me. That's sort of that theme of Libra anyway. So let's go ahead and see then what house we're looking at. What area of your life is going to be highlighted, group 1. Okay, so we've got the 11th house, which has to do with groups, friends, associations. Okay, your friendships. Okay, and also gains. Let's go ahead and see what planet is the loudest for you. Mars. Mars in Libra in the 11th house. Okay, not shy at all. So let's go ahead and just dive right in here to the chart. This pen is kind of weak. Okay. All right, so if we've got the 11th house here, we've got Libra. So that would make this Scorpio, Sagittarius, Capricorn, Aquarius, Pisces, Aries, Taurus, Gemini, Cancer, Leo, Virgo. Okay. Well, you get the point. Okay, so here we've got Mars. Okay, so what does Mars rule? Mars rules Scorpio. In the traditional astrology, it does in Pluto also in modern astrology. And then it also rules Aries. So we've got here, we have the 5th house and the 12th house. So 5th and 12th. Okay, and then of course we've got the 11th, which is the most important, which is about groups, associations, things like that. Now, what does Mars represent? Mars represents, let's read the card actually. It talks about energizing, confronting, and forcing yourself to do something, or something, you know, that's very forceful energy. So this can be competitive. I usually see Mars as being competitive or disruptive, or just, you know, sometimes it can be a little bit careless or thoughtless. It's a fast planet, so it's like kind of in a rush. And when people are in a rush, you know, or other people are in a rush around us, we can feel like, you know, it's like rude, but basically it's just a forceful energy. So there could be a like competition amongst friends or peers, which is, you know, can be healthy competition. But Mars really adds fuel to, so Mars is like fire, and then you have like this air sign of Libra here. And Libra's air. So air and fire, what does that make? A wildfire. So letting things get out of control, right? And I feel like that's where it's all about cooperation coming in. So if you look at Libra here, it talks about cooperation to perfect, you know, decisions that need to be made, fairness as well. We did see that as far as like mutual sharing and fairness. You know, are you being treated fairly? Is someone, you know, triggering you? You know, do you have those feelings of being taken advantage of? If so, it's time to stand up for yourself. Again, that armadillo is about boundaries. It's okay to say no. It's okay to say, hey, that doesn't work for me. Again, using your words, revealing what's really truly inside is all about what that book is and what those, maybe those pent up feelings with Pele, 100%. Pele 100% is that Mars energy. Look how like powerful and direct it is. It's a forceful energy. So don't let things build up or get to the point where you just blow up on somebody. Or if someone does that to you, it's like, it's okay to create boundaries and say like, you know what? That's not okay. Please don't say that, right? So the 5th house is the house of like entertainment, play, children, you know, school as well, and studies in Vedic astrology, by the way. But also the 12th house is the house of endings. So you may choose to end something. I don't feel like it's a bad thing. I feel like there's something that is coming to a natural conclusion, whether it be a dynamic between you and a friend, or, you know, something there that's just like no longer working and just sort of naturally fades away, because the 12th house is about like natural endings. It's asking you how you feel about it. Okay, so it actually looks like a pretty decent month. I think you're going to have a lot of fun. I think there is some romance for you too because of the 5th house, and I do see that passion, and I do see like that closeness that you have with somebody. So that would be nice. I do see like the heart as well. What's your heart's true desire? I definitely see that with, you know, Aries in the 5th house here. Scorpio is definitely all about passion. Okay, and it's, you know, the 12th house is the house of like, you know, things that are private, if you catch my drift. So if you put these two together, it's like dating, you know, one-on-one time, that sort of thing. Things that are kind of like done behind the scenes. So this is kind of what I'm getting for you, Group 1. I hope this resonated with you, and if it didn't, maybe watch another pile. Let me know if you felt it applied to you. Leave a comment in the section below, in the comment section. And thank you so much for watching. Have a great month of July. Okay, if you chose Group 2, this is the pile that I have for you. Go ahead and place that there. Let's take a look and see what you've got. So you've got Alligator, first card. You have the Key. All right. You have the Emperor. Wow. 2 of Swords, or 2 of Winters, the 2 of Swords. You have Ostara, Fertility. Okay. And you have Young. Interesting. And then you've got this card from the Love Oracle that says, the past is now behind you. Release it and embrace new possibilities. A new path is available to you now. Follow it with faith. I love that. Okay, so I like this. There's embracing new possibilities coming to you. And by the way, you have the key to unlock that door. So you have the power, you have access is what it's saying. And it's not something that's blocked off to you, that the new start is not going to be a challenge. Okay, so whatever door you need to open, either professionally or in any other sense, it says like you've got what it takes. You actually do have the tools, and it's appropriate for you. Maybe not everybody has the key to this lock that you're trying to unlock, but you do. So this is your door. This is your path that nobody else is really going to, I think, intercept. This is like for you. Okay. So let's go ahead and read what this card then says. Inspiration unlocks the door. Solutions are the key to success and more. Miracles and insight are easy to trace once the final piece tumbles into place. Okay, so it's all about, you know, I like the pieces coming together part, because sometimes it does take that. So once you open the door initially, I think there's a series of events that then happen after that to get you towards your goal. But I think that with the Emperor card, this really does stick out to me. It just shows like a method. There's definitely a method to the madness, and it might not even be madness. It might just be like a method to your success. And I think that, you know, it's definitely about steps being put into place. and doing what you need to do to take care of your responsibilities and like actually be like a boss. Okay. So, you know, the emperor can be the father, it can be the husband, but it's an authority figure. Okay. So you are the authority figure of your own life. And he actually looks like he is holding a key. If you look actually close enough here, I know it's a scepter. You know, it's actually the key of life. Oh, sorry. The key of life. So, or the Ankh. It's an Egyptian symbol, but he's definitely like a powerful figure here. It's a force to be reckoned with. So is the alligator, by the way. You know, you kind of know the power that an alligator has. All the land animals do. He kind of creeps up slowly and then all of a sudden sort of attacks. And those teeth, man, they're no joke, right? So you've got what it takes to be able to sort of latch on to what you need and, you know, take it bite by bite, which may be that sort of process that we're seeing here. And, you know, as all the pieces falling into place, maybe like breaking things down into bite-sized pieces metaphorically so that you can be successful. Okay. I'm going to come back to the alligator. But these two really feel like they come together like just in cards too, because fertility is about like the Empress, like pregnancy, whatever you're trying to grow or to birth, you know, in your life, whether it be people or anything else. It says this is the perfect time for you to start new projects, access new ideas, and give birth to new conditions. Okay, that access shows that you have the access. You already have it. So it's not going to be a struggle for you. It's a cinch. You can just kind of open the door. Perfect time for you to act on that. Again, well, it says, you know, the past is behind you. You finished what you needed to do in June and you're ready to embrace something new. So I do get that sort of repetitive theme here about new ideas, new possibilities. Okay. And giving birth to new things. That's the young energy. So if something's young, it's like at the early stages yet. And that's kind of what I was mentioning with this key. It's like if you open the door and it has a series of steps that then need to happen. The young person needs to grow, the child needs to grow, or that idea still has time and needs an environment to flourish and to grow. But I feel like you'll have a fertile environment. And I feel like yeah, it just looks like you'll have what you're needing, you know, because the Ostara goddess is saying also she's all about spring. So spring and fertility, and we're kind of moving away from spring and starting summer. So it's like the first beginning stages of summer. And I think that's also what it's kind of saying, like literally, you know, as far as like timing goes, like the past of spring is now behind you and embrace the new possibilities that summer brings, okay? And so Jung says, I feel vital and full of life regardless of my chronological age. The progress of time empowers me. Yeah, and I do feel like that with the Emperor too, because he's like a mature figure. And, you know, he's all about father time and being patient and seeing things progress. So I think you're at the early stages of something very powerful and very solid. I'm getting like a Saturn feel too here. The planet Saturn really crystallizes your plans and makes you successful with the hard work that you put in. So let's look at the Two of Winter here. It says indecision is holding you back. Make the choice that's best for you rather than trying to please others. Feeling trapped between the intellectual and the emotional. Okay, so there may be a decision that you need to either follow your head or your heart this month. And I do feel like you will make the right decision because you instinctively know what to do. Okay. And if you listen to yourself and what you actually want, that's what the card is saying. It's like not to please other people. Again, when I did mention that this path is yours and yours alone, nobody else has the key, right? You have the key. Nobody else can unlock your destiny but you. No one else is living your life but you. So live your life for yourself. Okay. It's such a powerful message. And yeah, it is empowering. Okay, let's look at the alligator message. I want to see what it has to say here. Okay, so the alligator talks about integration. It says, alligator, let me drop my judgments, accepting life with grace, so that forlorn care and worry will vanish from my face. Let me integrate each moment, digesting life with ease, counting all my experiences as equal opportunities. Okay, so you're going to have a lot of, I feel like you're going to have a lot of opportunities to have a lot of experiences in the summer. I don't even feel like this is just about the month of July, although I think it starts in July. I think the seeds are planted in July that grow over the next couple months. So I think that the alligator talks about digesting both the pleasures and pains of life. And again, so it sort of rolls under the water, right, with its prey. And I feel like it's saying like roll, maybe kind of go undetected or unnoticed, especially if something is in the early stages. Maybe you're not ready to make that announcement yet. Maybe you're just ready to kind of make some decisions about what you want to do and then, you know, do the work without sort of revealing it to the world. So maybe that's why you've got the lock there with the key. So it's sort of like things are locked down. And I feel like it's saying, you know, this is a rite of passage that you have. And I feel like you will come up with solutions that really support like long-term goals this month, but it's definitely a rite of passage. You're entering into a new cycle or a new phase or something that is deserving, that you deserve basically. Okay, so you deserve to be successful. I want to go ahead and roll the dice and just see what numbers come up, and we'll see if we can get some sort of meaning from this. Okay, so we've got the number 8. Nothing is really standing out to me. I mean, you have the number 50, you have the card 4, 33, and 2. The number 8 could be the 8th of the month. Okay. The number 8 is the money number. It's also the number of Saturn, and I was getting that Saturn vibe. I'm really interested to see if you'll end up getting it's like a Saturn theme or like a Capricorn or Aquarius theme in your astrology chart. So let's go ahead and draw that. Let's see what comes up. Okay, so I'm going to start with the signs, and I'm just going to shuffle here on camera for you. I haven't done this ahead of time, so I feel like it's definitely this one. Gemini. Okay. Okay, so let's do the house next. You know, we do have that Mercury retrograde that's kind of still lingering. So it starts in June, but then it goes through the middle of July. So Gemini is ruled by Mercury, so it could have to do like communications, things like that. Let's see here what we've got else. The 7th house. Okay, like the 7th house is really strong for like public life, other people, relationships, right? Not just partnership like romantically, but partnership like union, business with other people. There's a lot going on with you, I think, professionally. Okay, we've got the South Node, K2, South Node of the Moon. I'm going to go ahead and pull one more card here. Pluto. Okay, I actually just want like an inner planet, so I might not use the Pluto energy, but I'm going to put it to the side. Neptune. Okay, drawing all the outer planets here. Okay, can you please show me Jupiter? Okay, so I'm going to put Pluto, Neptune, and the North Node to the side. These are the 2 planets that I'm going to actually be drawing in the chart. Okay. Let's go ahead and get started here. I always find this drawing entertaining. It's like always looked just a little weird. Okay, so the 7th house, here we've got Gemini, Cancer, Leo, Virgo, Libra, Scorpio, Sagittarius, Capricorn. Oh my gosh, that looks so crazy. Sorry. Okay, Capricorn, Aquarius, Pisces, Aries, Taurus. Okay, so we've got Jupiter and the South Node in the 7th house. Jupiter and the South Node. Okay, so this is a Sagittarius rising chart. So we're going to look at that. And we did draw Jupiter as well. And the reason I am not using the Pluto, Neptune, and the North Node is because they don't technically rule any of the signs in traditional astrology. And I wanted to look at rulerships. Okay, so we've got the 4th house of peace of mind and happiness and a foundation and stability, right? And we've got the 1st house. Now, I do feel like this does have a lot to do with your business. I do feel like this is saying, especially with Gemini, let's take a look at the Gemini energy because we did pull this. So it's definitely this axis of like 1st and 7th. You and the other people, you and your audience, you and your clients, you and your business partnerships, you and your love relationships, you and whoever else is across for you, from you. So Gemini, it says, what do you want to be known for? What do you believe about, you know, your business, your relationships, all of that? Use the quickest way. Okay, so be efficient, basically, is what it's saying. Okay, so then the South Node talks about removing obstacles, removing troubles. So removing anxiety, removing blocks, removing troubles, things like that. It says, remember, reconsider. And then about the appropriate time to react, or, you know, to act. That's interesting. I said react. So maybe not react. Yeah. Okay. So I do feel like this month is definitely going to be about your beliefs. What do you believe about your business? What do you believe about what you deserve as well? It's going to come into the factor as far as like making choices. I do see that with that 2 of winter. This is very like, it's very like a decision that you have to make. Is it this or is it this? And that's very Gemini. It's very like, you know, logical and like oriented, but also the emotional aspects, the feeling part can be about your beliefs. So are your beliefs lining up with what you know, think it should be, right? So there might be some people around you that may be influencing you to make decisions for yourself that may or may not be in alignment with what you really want to do. Again, this is all about, you know, pleasing yourself or pleasing others. I think you let opinions of others this month kind of dominate. And I think K2 is saying, don't do that. Don't let that happen. Okay. You really need to like focus on yourself, but other people will definitely have an opinion, I think, this month. And maybe even coming from your family, because the 4th house is like, again, if you were looking at Jupiter, which is the planetary card that we pulled, rules the 4th house here, talks about like the mother, you know, family members, things from your past as well. It's also opposite the 10th house of career. So I do feel like there's definitely going to be, you know, there's cooperation. So with the 7th house that we did draw, it talks about, you know, balancing considerations between the head and the heart, between what you believe and what someone else believes. It's kind of, you kind of have to find like a win-win, I think, this month, where it's like some sort of compromise that both of you benefit from. And it looks like partnerships are going to be really important for you. So I don't feel like you're going to be working alone. But again, if you're the one who's in power, you're the one who's in control of the way this goes. Okay? And I do feel like you are the one who has the key, really. This is your project. This is your life. This is your vision. Okay, so you're holding that vision and you're going for it. All right, but it's all about balancing, cooperation, getting what you want. And I actually feel like that Jupiter is all about growth as well. So you could definitely seek counsel this month as well, because that Jupiter K2 together does talk about like spiritual leadership, spiritual counsel. So you might seek the opinions of other people if you're having a hard time making a decision about something. But ultimately, again, it's up to you. So that's sort of the final, you have the final say. Okay. So that's what I've got for you, group 2. Thank you for watching this video. I hope that this resonates with you. So if it does, feel free to leave a comment down below, and I'll see you in the upcoming videos. Okay, group 3. So if you chose the red umbrella, this is the message that I have for you for July. Let's go ahead and take a look here. Okay, we've got Bear, the Moon, the Empress. I was just about to say right before I flipped over the Empress that it has sort of a maternal theme this month. So nurturing, motherhood, your mother, mothering somebody, caring for someone, mothering yourself. There's definitely, with all three cards, I am seeing that. Interesting. Seven of Summer. So this would be the Seven of Cups. Okay. Let's see what else we've got. Medicine Woman. Wow. That's so powerful. Okay. Eggshell. Abundant, which definitely ties in very nicely with the Empress card. And we've got this Love card, which talks about don't make decisions based on guilt or what you think you should do, for it is only being true to yourself that you can be true to others. Okay. I'm seeing that putting yourself first. I think you're going to be healing something very important this month, and it's not going to be difficult. It feels like it's actually pretty effortless for you, because it's like there's a natural ability. It says you already kind of have that within you. It says you are a channel for divine healing power. So you may be healing other people even this month. I get that, because I feel like there's an abundant amount of energy that you have. Look at the body language, the positioning of the hands here, reaching up and receiving this electrical energy from above. It's like divine, powerful force of nature that's just sort of channeling through you and receiving like blessings and abundance. Isn't that interesting? There's so different cards, obviously, but I just think that it's amazing. And they both have this sort of feeling of like bliss and receptivity, receiving. My life is becoming more plentiful. I always have everything I need. Well, isn't that true with the Empress? She always has everything she needs. There's plenty to go around. There's plenty of energy, plenty of love. I don't feel like you're going to be lacking at all this month, group 3. She is Venus, by the way, and Venus has gone direct. It was retrograde, so in July it'll be direct, and it's much more pleasurable than it was, I think, in June. So I think this is going to be a much better month for just enjoying. I think you're going to enjoy good music, good food, nice clothing. I think money may be coming in for you. I do see like you've kind of got all of your needs met this month. It feels like it's going to be really good for you. There's definitely an indication of like, just receive what's coming for you, okay? Because this rainbow is actually even coming down, and it's just like shooting down blessings. So let's look at the Seven of Cups. No more procrastinating. Your power comes from making a decision. Confusion that arises from overanalyzing the problems. Okay, so I think the message here is to just enjoy and receive without questioning why or how, or do I deserve this, or do I not, or do I have to pay it back? It's like, no, it's like, it's there for you. It's all coming down for you. It's just sort of like, receive the good things that happen. Don't block your blessings. I think that's really what I'm kind of getting with this. With the no procrastinating part, and you got the Empress, which is Venus, and the abundant, it's like the Buddha here. I think there can be a message, a little bit of laziness, but I think that's okay. I think it has a place. I think it's appropriate at some time. I'm getting the full moon as well. Usually full moon has to do with enjoyment and blessings. So yeah, I think actually towards the end of the month is what I'm seeing. And actually, what's interesting is like, here we've got 7. The 7 Cups is the 7th month. That's really cool. You're going to have options this month. You're going to have options. You're going to be able to receive money. I think things are flowing for you. I don't think it's all financial, but I think it's just blessings in general. There's a lot of love going around. I think you just feel more supported too. This is interesting. Being true to yourself so you can be true to others. Okay, following your natural instincts, not doing things based on guilt or what you think you should do or what other people want you to do. That's a way to love yourself. The Empress is all about like self-love, self-care. Okay, so the moon does talk about the slumbering moon when it rises near means that great honors are bound to appear. Intuition and perception soar in the night. Emotions wax and wane in the moon's light. So things are going to be coming, and I think you're going to be releasing it. I think that definitely has to do with the healing. So whatever, it's like there's quick healing this month. It's not going to be like an ongoing process. There's something that you're just clearing up, and it feels very fresh. And it feels like it's very, you know, just quick and immediate too. The bear, I feel like it talks about introspection. It very much ties in with the moon, but I always think of like Mother Bear, and here you've got the mother. So I'm just going to check and just really quick see what the bear has to say. Yes, it does talk about introspection, and the book says, "Bear, invite me into the cave where silence surrounds the answers you gave." Okay, again, you're going to be receiving. There's something that someone is giving, or like God is giving to you, that you will be receiving. So it talks about digesting the life experiences of the year. And, you know, it says also that there's an accomplishment of goals and dreams that we can carry, because the bear kind of has this instinctual knowing of like where to find honey or how to find fish. It's like, it's a natural hunter, right? And it's a fierce hunter. So it's like, it doesn't really go without. And I feel like, you know, it can just also be just about reaching your goals and getting what you need and fulfilling some reality or something that you've been wanting. You're going to receive it this month. If you've been waiting and you're kind of been wondering, where is it? It's coming here. Okay. I love these messages for you. I'm going to go ahead and roll the dice and see what numbers I get. See if we can relate it to the calendar. Okay. So 5. We have 5 here with the bear. Okay. Also, the moon is 32, so 3 and 2 equal 5. So the 5th of the month might be important. Oh, you know what's happening on the 5th of July is the lunar eclipse, and here we've got the moon. And that might be the waxing and waning, and it might be that clearing things out very quickly, I think, earlier in the month. I did say later in the month. I think that's where the money comes in and the blessings, but I think you're going to be like clearing out some energy that's really needed. It feels very refreshing. It's sudden, and I feel like it happens like it's a storm that just sort of just like comes in and clears out all of the debris and everything like that. But then after that, you get like this nice sort of clear skies and like this fresh landscape, and everything is just very, it's like the beauty, the rainbow, literally after the storm. Oh my gosh. You see that? How it's like, it's raining, you know, thunder, rain, and then you've got the rainbow afterwards. So it's like promises of a better day, promises of your needs being met, and blessings and all of that. This is so good. I really like this. Okay, I'm really looking forward to seeing what your planetary cards have to say. So let's go ahead and take a look at that. Let's look at the sign. See what sign comes up for you. Group 3. Okay, it's this top one. Libra. Okay, this is the card that came up for group 1, the green pile. Interestingly enough. Okay. Mars. Oh my gosh, I literally shuffled. You saw me shuffle. These were the 2 combinations that came out for group 1 too. I think the house is going to be different though. I think group 1 got the 11th house. Let's see what you've got here. Oh my God. So, coincidental. 7th house. This was the house that came up for the group 2. I am seeing a little bit of a crossover in the messages, by the way, for group 1 and 2. So group 3 is kind of a hybrid. I feel like that, but it's unique. There hasn't been like repeated messages, which is interesting. So let's go ahead and draw your chart. Okay. Okay, sorry about the crazy looking chart. Okay, so the 7th house, Libra. So that means that we have an Aries rising chart. Aries, Taurus, Gemini, Cancer, Leo, Virgo, Libra, Scorpio, Sagittarius, Capricorn, Aquarius, and Pisces. And then we've got Mars here. Mars is the ruler Love the first. So we've got this dynamic theme of the 1st and the 7th. Relationships come up for you. That's a huge theme. And also with Venus having gone direct, as she does in July. So we've got the month of July. We've got the rainbow coming out after the storm. You may have had some difficulties. You may have had to weather the storm in some sort of relationship in your life, whether it be romantic or otherwise. Maybe it was a relationship with your mother. I don't know. But the Empress is definitely, talking about better times are ahead. And I do feel like you will end up seeing that towards the end of the month there. Well, it could be any time during the month, but it just talks about like after the storm. So there is something that comes through. Mars is like a purifying energy because it's fire, it burns, right? So let's see, it says, it says the drive for confronting, taking action. Let's see, it also says energize, confront, enforcing. So obviously you get the idea of what Mars is all about. And if it's in the house of other people, there's just a passion there. Okay. So it talks about relationships, beauty, partnership, cooperation, decisions. Okay. Fairness between you and someone else. And then the 7th house talks about diplomacy, relationships, fair deals, balance, cooperation, and your partnership. So obviously you've got something going on between you and someone else this month. And I actually do see that it's going to be very healing for you. You've got that healing power. You're going to be healing yourself, maybe healing that other person as well. And there will be feelings and emotions coming up. Again, I think this is talking about being true to yourself. Is the only way you can be true to other people. Okay, so definitely there is that energy. Also, Mars doesn't just rule the 1st house, but it also rules Scorpio, which is the 8th house. So if you look at what Mars rules, it rules the 1st and the 8th, which is about self-transformation. Self-transforming. So we see that with healing. There's going to be healing in a relationship this month, and I think that it's going to feel really good. I think it's going to feel really what you've been needing, and I feel like you feel happy about it. You may have sort of retreated for a while. It's possible if you went into your cave or something like that. And I think that this month is like it's time to take action, especially if you've been waiting or procrastinating on taking care of maybe like communication issues or something like that. I feel like you'll get it resolved, and it just feels like so rewarding. It's so rewarding. You're so glad that you ended up doing it. So yeah, I love this. You're going to be healing a relationship this month, group 3. Okay, so thank you for watching this video. I hope it resonates, and if you do feel that way, please leave comments in the comment section below and let me know. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in the upcoming video. Take care. Be well. Okay, group 4. So if you chose the blue umbrella, this is what July has in store for you. Let's go ahead and take a look. So we've got Moose. We've got Lady. 10 of Wands. 6 of Pentacles. 6 of Autumn is the 6 of Pentacles. Interesting. Okay. You have Irene, which is all about peace. Okay. Satisfied. All my needs are met. So all my needs are fulfilled at the right moment. Okay. All of my needs are fulfilled at the right moment. When you pass from this world, you take nothing with you but your soul and the memories you have shared with those you love. Okay, wow, this feels really powerful. Feels like you're going to be connecting. It's, again, we have these themes of motherhood. So the Lady talks about an older woman or someone who feels like a mother figure to you, or it could be you that is like a mentor or a figure of like older sister type energy. I'm getting like mother, sister, grandmother energy coming up. It's very much that female. Look at, you almost look at like, can see like the 3 generations here. And it feels playful. It feels good. It feels like there's no need to worry. I don't think you're going to have anything to worry about this month. Everything is working out beautifully, right? So trusting in the process, trusting that, things will work out and not worrying, okay, will give you peace of mind. I do see that. Okay, so let's look at this. It says, "This charming woman, with flowers in hand, as with a gentleman, her cards will command. The fortunes revealed, once the cards have been placed, unveil the fate that destiny traced." So this talks about you. It talks about a charming woman. So, using your feminine powers to get what you need. And if you're a man watching, that's fine too. I do feel like we all have this element of like charm. It could be a woman in your life as well. But I do feel like it talks about like being clever, being smart, being charming, gracious, all of those sorts of energies. That's sort of the main theme here. Okay, so then we've got the Ten of Wands, which feels like a heavy load. And his hands are full. This person who's going up these steps, he's got kind of a ways to go. And, he's not giving up. He's like, okay, I got to carry the groceries from the car, like 10 flights up the steps. I don't know. But yeah, so it does talk about burdens, feeling pressure as well. She's got her hands full, but in a good way. She's got a baby in one hand and like a cornucopia or abundance in the other. Everyone's carrying something. We've got the lady, she's carrying the flowers. So it does look like you're carrying something metaphorically and or maybe even literally. It just feels like you feel like kind of tired or weighted down. But I feel like you're really close to reaching your goal, and it just looks like it does feel like you're tired. You could be worn out, exhausted. You have everything that you need though, and I do feel like there is peace and contentment with that. And it does talk about like living in the moment, right? So appreciating the moment because you're making memories with, I think like family really comes up for you. Okay, so it says the good you do comes back to you, an unexpected inflow of money, borrowing wisely or repaying a debt. That's really good news. So, and it does look like there's a community there. Let me look at something. Yeah, so you can see this fairy right here, she's got like a money bag or something like that, and she's like, yes, I've got the prize, I've got what I need. You have everything that you need, all of your needs are fulfilled. And I think it's also like when it talks about the right moment, it talks about like trusting that it'll all work out in its timing. So something may not be fulfilled right away or when you think it will be, and you're feeling like pressure from that, but it will come through. So perfect, I like that. Let's go ahead and look at the moose. I think the moose has to do with confidence, if I remember correctly, but yeah, so it has to do with self-esteem. Okay, so the book just says, Moose, help me to honor the gifts I can give and recognize my worthiness as long as I live. This is beautiful. So you have gifts that you can share, and whether it's a literal gift that you're giving somebody, because she looks like she's showing up with flowers, and maybe there's like a celebration or something, you need to bring flowers or some sort of food or whatever that is. It says that you're contributing. Whether or not it's actual physical thing, you do have gifts that you can share. And I think that this was inherited to you. I think it's in your blood. I think that these gifts, it talks about, there's a joyfulness here that comes from giving and sharing, and it comes back to you. So, it's reciprocal. You're going to get your needs met this month. All of your needs are fulfilled. Okay. I do feel like there's some sort of memory that you're creating with with family this month. Like a significant rite of passage or something like that. Something that you're going to be enjoying together and that you can sort of look back on and sort of remember. Okay. So I feel like this is interesting with the moose, because the moose is kind of a cross between like a buffalo and a deer. So the deer is really gentle and it's very cautious, and it's very kind of treads lightly and pays attention. And then the buffalo like stampedes. So it's just like there's kind of that energy of like, pushing, knowing when to push, knowing when to stop, that sort of thing, and like a balance between the two. Okay, I'm going to roll the dice and see what comes up. 7. Okay, so this could be the 7th of the month. It could be something to do with heaven. I don't know. Maybe there's a birthday or somebody has a birthday or some sort of celebration on the 7th. The number 7 just comes up here. So it kind of looks like it's a little bit all over the place. You got 6, you have 10, you have 29, you have 11, and then you've got 7 here. So 7 may be a significant number for you. I know it's a spiritual number, so watch out for that to maybe come up, or maybe that means something to you. Okay, so I want to go ahead and take a look and see what planetary energy you're getting here. So you can draw your chart. I just decided to do this part on camera. Okay, so you got the Sun. Wow, that's probably the best planetary card that I pulled for any of the groups. I love it. So it talks about like success. You know, you will end up getting to the top of that mountain, even though you feel like you have a lot of responsibilities or a lot of pressure or a lot that's weighing on you. You will reach your goal with the Sun, 100%. Okay, so it's a realization of something. Being a leader, you know, confidence. Also, the moose is like very confident. He's very regal. So there could be a Leo energy. Maybe you are Leo or dealing with a Leo, or, you know, interacting with Leos this month. The creation of, the gaining from respect. Gaining of respect for or from, okay? Things brought into the light. Again, revelation. Interesting. Something that's hidden might be revealed to you suddenly. Something you weren't seeing just sort of comes into the light, pops in. Okay, you've got the 11th house. Groups, associations, other people. Talks about freedom, associations, your circle of friends, humanity, hopes and wishes, and then the future. Oh, that's interesting. So maybe talking about the future. It talks about gains as well. That's a future gains. And you've got the moon. That's interesting because you have the mother. I was getting all of that like feminine energy. Peace of mind. That's definitely the moon energy. Okay. And then also this sort of older woman, this mother energy. Yeah, I'm really getting that with the moon. The moon is all about your feelings, introspection, you know, sensitivities, taking it easy. It's also peace of mind. But it says defend, accept, let your feelings tell you how to. And it says the nurturing, feelings caused reactions. Okay. So let's go ahead and draw your chart here. So you've got the 11th house, you've got the Sun. Wait a minute, how did I get the Sun and the Moon? I'm sorry. I messed up, but I didn't mess up because that's just the way that it was supposed to be. I'm supposed to pick a sign card. Was the Moon in the sign pile, or did I just pick it twice? I didn't even notice, but I think that's definitely supposed to be that way. There's something I want to say about that as well. Okay, Taurus, perfect. Okay, so we've got Taurus in the 11th house. Okay, resources, practicality, productivity, beliefs, costs, the most direct way. You know, it's interesting when I was talking about how the moose is kind of a cross between a deer and a like a bull. You have like the buffalo. That's what Taurus is. So you're getting like these creatures that have a lot of stamina, a lot of endurance. And you see that here, saying don't give up. But you may be overworking yourself too. So it's like take a break, enjoy, you know, celebrations, enjoy having some downtime for your mental peace. Okay, so Taurus, Gemini, Cancer, Leo, Virgo, Libra, Scorpio. Wow. Sagittarius, Capricorn, Aquarius. This is so sloppy. I'm sorry. Okay. And then we've got the Sun and the Moon. And I selected them by mistake, but there really is no mistakes. It's just sometimes things happen that way. You know what's interesting with the Sun and the Moon? So the Sun and the Moon together is a new moon. So there's a new moon energy, a new start energy. There's like fresh beginnings, fresh start. The moon rules Cancer, and it's a Cancer rising chart. So it talks about family time. It talks about the mother, again, being like nurturing to yourself and to those you love. And then the sun also rules the second house of money and finances, which I did mention earlier. It just looks like you would be getting what you need when you know, it's like saying having that money bag here, and then either having enough to go around, sharing, or getting what you need as well. So again, trust that all of your needs are fulfilled at the right moment. So that'll give you peace of mind. That's definitely all about the sun and the moon here. So with the new moon, that's, you know, new beginnings, all of that. But I do know that we have a full moon lunar eclipse on the 5th of July. So this can bring about radical changes. It can bring about, you know, changes that are needed. It doesn't necessarily have to be radical, but if you've kind of been watching the news, you can see that there's a lot of crazy stuff going on in the world right now, but it brings things to a culmination, right? It brings that energy that's been pending and kind of finishes it. So it's not just like an ongoing energy. And I do feel that there is something to do with cycles here, because it's saying the sun and the moon, the new moon aspect, the full moon aspect. It's about things coming to fruition for you, okay? And it's going into your 11th house of gains. Okay, so there's a new cycle that's beginning, and trusting the timing on when that starts. But I think gains also has to do with, like, you know, gaining friends, gaining money, gaining whatever it is that you need, because it's saying like you will be provided for. Again, the second house is money, it's home, it's security, it's finances, it's also like, you know, early childhood development, early upbringing, your home, okay? And again, yourself, your home, security, how you value yourself even. That's definitely seen from this combination here. So yeah, definitely the first and second houses are highlighted for you. Okay, group 4. I think this is all I wanted to say. Let's see if I wanted to say anything else. No, I think that this just talks about cycles. Honor your emotions, honor your feelings. Look for the peace of mind that you have this month. Seek it out if it's not coming too easily. And also you get these dolphins in the background, so it looks like play. You know, allow yourself to play. I think that's what Leo likes to do anyway. It's all about entertainment and fun. So find some fun downtime too, because I feel like you have like a lot on your plate. And I feel like you might be pulled in a lot of directions socially, with your friends, with your family. It's saying like it's really important to also make time for you. Okay. So, all right, group 4, this was your message for July. I hope this resonates with you. If it does, leave a comment in the comment section below. Thank you for watching my video, and I will see you in the upcoming videos. Have a great month of July. Take care and be well.